Hey,
Hello,
Casey. Hello.
good to see you.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited tonight. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be back here, back talking about live performance, back saying hello to all our members. It's just fabulous.
I know it's fun watching the tallies run up and know that we're being joined by so many people that we maybe haven't seen for some time. Lots to look forward to tonight. So thank you everyone for joining us. Let us know where you're joining in the chat so we can say hello to you as you come into the room.
And thank you again to our ASL interpreters, Meryl and Chandler. Yay, nice to have you back with us. You're part of our family now, and we love having you with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, Meryl has, I think, joined us for almost every single event we've done in at least 2021 in this virtual space. So thank you so much, Meryl. It's been amazing, and I think we've all learned a lot in that process.
Hello to all of our members joining us. Hello to everybody. It's so good to see you back here with us. We are so excited to talk about our upcoming season next fall. It's just so exciting.
So Mary, what are you most looking forward to tonight?
I don't know. There's too much. I like I said, I'm just happy to be back with our members, back to talking about live performance, getting back together in person. What we're going to preview tonight is very exciting, and I hope everybody feels the same way. We have some great performances coming up, and we're just going to be giving you a little sneak peek. It's not our entire season. We're just giving you a little sneak peek, and then later on, as we move closer to the fall, we'll have more performances to share with you.
Yeah, talking about an early September launch for all of those, so even more to look forward to. And we already have one on the calendar that everyone should know about, which is Alan Cumming and Ari Shapiro, which was originally for the summer of 2020. That did not happen, and now they will be joining us on October 22, 2021. So that's the first event we know, and we'll get quite a few more tonight.
Yay!
I'll admit, I'm really looking forward to announcing some Broadway shows myself, because musical theater is at my heart, and talking about those. And there's some exciting ones, I have to say, that we'll be announcing tonight. So that's
Excellent.
great.
Welcome to everyone who's joining us. Please let us know where you're zooming in from in the chat. We love to see where you're coming from. We're getting more and more people joining us, so this is great. We're going to be starting promptly at 7 o'clock. So sit back, and I look forward to hearing what you all think after our presentation in our member lounge. So stay tuned. You don't have to go anywhere. Just stay on your Zoom link, and we will meet up in the member lounge after.
I want to thank our season media sponsors, the Portland Phoenix, Maine Magazine, and Maine Home and Design, for sticking with us this past year. They're just three of a group of many, many, many sponsors, people, members who have supported us this past year through these wild times. So thank you to them. Thank you to everyone in this room. Thank you. Thank you.
Again, we have more and more members joining us. It's so nice to have you with us here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Again, thank you to Meryl and Chandler for joining us as ASL interpreters. And I just can't wait to get started. We have about a minute left. So
almost there. And the exciting part is this is just the beginning. This is the announcement, and then we have all the performances to look forward to. We have the other announcements to look forward to. I know we've all been waiting for this for a long, long time. So it feels great that it's finally here.
Right, and thank you all, especially our members who stuck with us this past year. We couldn't have done it without your support. It's very heartwarming, and we are filled with gratitude. So thank you so much.
Looks like we're at 7 o'clock. I believe we will be starting any minute now.
Yes. Thank you again for joining us.
All right, let's do it.
We'll see you shortly.
Thank you, everyone.
Good evening and welcome to Portland Ovations special event from screen to stage. My name is Mary Allen Lindeman and I'm proud to be board chair of Ovations, celebrating 90 years of live performance excellence. But as we all know, this year in particular was a year to remember. And it is because of you, our members, that we are here this evening to announce a very special season. But first, I would like to start with a land acknowledgement because it's important for us as an organization to acknowledge that the places where we gather, dance, and sing is ancestral Wabanaki land. We wish to pay respect to the Abenaki, the Maliseet, the Micmac, the Passamaquoddy, Penobscot, and their elders, past, present, and future. Tonight, we are celebrating our upcoming return to in-person performance. And I can tell you, I myself have long awaited for this night for us to tell you exciting plans ahead. It is a fitting grand finale to our 90th year and a great new beginning. The critical role Ovations members have played to getting us to this moment is something that we cannot underestimate at all. But I'd like to share something that was written this year that really carries us into this evening. And it's what really inspired all of us this year, in addition to the overwhelming support of our members and our community. It was a piece that the poet Catherine Ferrier wrote for us at Ovations. And it was written because of the pandemic to challenge us to keep moving forward. And it's called Why We Gather in the Dark for Portland Ovations. To celebrate the power of our collective imagination, to kindle curiosity about all the many ways there are to live a life of wonder in these bodies made of muscle and bone, to widen our view of the world and our humble place inside of it, to share the sacred delight of shimmer and spectacle, of goosebumps and sighs, the swell of our hearts coming awake and alive, to dwell in the deep awe of what is possible when one voice meets another, makes a chorus, to open the doors we didn't know were locked, to explore the terrain and find our way on unfamiliar shores, to make space for the unwieldy, our grief and confusion, our rage and our despair, to carry what is heavy and practice believing we have the power to transform, to remember how to hope when the nights are long and the days are uncertain. And we have forgotten we are not alone, that we are here in the dark, vital, alive, illumined together. And so it is these words which inspire that I'd like to introduce our outstanding executive and artistic director, Amy Petrin, who has led us through this year and will take us into the year ahead of outstanding live performance at Portland Ovations. Amy.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. And thank you so much for Catherine's beautiful words. It is so wonderful to be with so many who, like all of us here at Ovations, are excited to return to in-person performance, because performance is one of the best ways to gather with others. Just as we just heard in Catherine Ferrier's poem, to share experiences that increase our empathy, our compassion for those whose lives may be different from our own, to experience beauty, joy, and belonging, and to find resonance with each other, within ourselves, and in the places and spaces we call home. The season we are about to share with you all has been a labor of love for more than 3 years. Going back to 2019 when we started to imagine it, and we wrote our very first grants. The heartbreak of 2020, knowing we could not share the artists and projects that we were so excited about. The year we just spent together, bridging from live to virtual, back to now being live again. And here we all are. Thank you. With a focus on humanity's world migrations and explorations of what home and the opportunities to find meaning is to all of us. The 21-22 season centers and honors the work of Black, Brown, Indigenous, and artists of all colors. You'll also see and hear tonight that we are intentionally extending the work of the past year and what we have learned, to return to a new normal, to use performance as a way to build back our communities rooted in equity and compassion, and for finding ever more ways to increase and open access to the performing arts for all. Tonight is also a celebration for our members, those individuals whose loyalty spans over an incredible 90 years. 90 years. Not many arts organizations can claim to have a legacy that goes back to 1931 and started in the midst of another crisis, the Great Depression. And most especially over the past year, when we've been unable to gather in person, membership support kept us going energetically and financially. And for this, we celebrate you. So let's begin. We will be in person in just a few short months, and we will have so much and quite a season in store for you. Tonight is just an appetizer to whet your appetites for the more that is to follow. We'll start with some of the projects in our Seeking Resonance series, a partnership with our friends at Indigo Arts Alliance. And so with that, I'm so excited to roll our first clip and introduce the first artist from our 21-22 season. Roll clip, guys.
Brothers and sisters, yes. Step Africa. It's been a long year of virtual offerings and staying home, and we are so looking forward to the experience of hearing live music and seeing performances in person.
As Portland Ovations members, we have been assured of seats for great performances, such as Benjamin Grosvenor, the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, Blue Man Group, and the late Joan Rivers, and so many more.
We look forward to seeing our friends and fellow members at this year's performances.
And we're back. So even in a virtual world, there are still technical issues. So hopefully you will catch the link that we put in the chat so you can experience Step Africa again. And I'm so happy to have Sarah with me. Sarah is our Director of Engagement here at Ovations.
Hey, Amy.
Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. It's so exciting to see all this and be here with everyone in the internet land and soon in real life.
Yeah, so let's take a couple minutes to delve a little deeper into the themes and some of the performances and the artists that we're going to have this year. So I had already mentioned about Seeking Resonance, and just so folks know, this is actually a series we started in 2016, and it initially came out of a series that was exploring performance that is inspired by religious and spiritual life. And as we started building this new season, a couple of years ago, we started to really realize that that theme of migration and that theme of finding home, that theme of connecting with others was really another way of seeking resonance. So this is where we are today, and we have a number of performances and artists on that series. And it's also about well-being. So when we seek resonance and that connection to ourselves and each other, we're about supporting each other and each other's well-being.
Yeah, and I think one of the ways that we strengthen those facets of well-being is through the connections with these artists and their joy and their purpose in multiple ways over multiple seasons. And we do that often through our Ovations Offstage work. So I'm really thrilled to bring Step Africa next year. They are I'm a personal huge fan of them, having some roots in Washington, D.C., where they are from. But we are also really excited to have them back in response to the virtual performance that we had for our school and family audiences this past season. You saw some of that in our sizzle reel. It will be wonderful to have them here so we can continue to build that relationship and that familiarity through their, truly energetic performances and their workshops. And you also just saw the Sphinx Virtuosi, which is one of our nation's most dynamic professional chamber orchestras, comprised of 18 top Black and Latinx soloists. And a core component of their work is in their communities. That's an important part of who they are as a community, and that extends to the communities that they tour to. And that also aligns so importantly with a component of every season at Ovations, which is that offstage experiences, where we get to create those magical moments for audiences and artists to interact with each other. And we'll do that through our school time performances next season, both in person and virtual, as works for our schools and their needs, and through the many community events that will connect all of the artists we're sharing with you today and the more to come, and their art forms and their ideas with our community. And then many of those will also be in partnership with the organizations that we partner with, like Indigo Arts Alliance and the Greater Portland Immigrant Welcome Center. So lots of exciting expansion around all of this.
And thank you for all the great work you did do this last year with Step Africa, because I know a lot of people here in the audience tonight have already experienced Step Africa in a virtual form. I know many of us actually took a virtual stepping workshop, which I can promise everybody I will not try to do for you here tonight, but they do create that kinetic relationship with the audience that you do want to get up and move, and you do want to show your own moves or just be in your body, which is one of the things I love about Step Africa. The other thing just to think about is that we want to remind you that tonight is the first time you will be able to buy tickets to any of the events that we're talking about tonight. Starting at 8 p.m., you'll be able to go on the website, portlandovations.org, which will bring you over to PortTix to start purchasing tickets. Now, the other things that are now about to roll into for our next clip, we will hear from two more exciting projects that we are working on. And both of them continue this theme of seeking residence and migration and partnership. So we will have an amazing company known as Music from the Soul, a performance called Partido. It's Afro-Brazilian tap artist Leonardo Sandoval and his collaborator Gregory Richardson. So this is live music, live dance, tap in all of its energy. And then we're going to move over and learn a little bit about this really fantastic breakout new work that I was incredibly fortunate to see in New York 2 years ago now, called Cartography, which tells the story of migration through the eyes of young people and the stories of refugees and immigrants. And both of those also will be connecting in many ways in the community. So again, the next is just a little clip. As always, you're getting music, dance, theater in all of their iterations. So now we will get to see a little bit of Sphinx, and we saw Sphinx. We will see Cartography, and we will see Leonardo and Gregory, as well as the Pacifica Trio. Roll clip.
Cartography grew out of our work with a group of young people in Munich. We went in 2016 to talk with young people who had recently arrived from all around the world. And we went to think about stories and how we tell stories.
I have a story, but if we don't know anything about these kids, if I want to start it in the middle, I can.
We asked one of the young people, what do you want us as artists to do? And a young man from Syria said, can you make a place in which we exist? Because so often the experiences of migration are erased.
My parents sat us down and told us why it was a good time for us to go.
I had never been on a boat before.
Seen snow before. Slept outside before.
Missed breakfast before.
I had never missed home before.
Hello, we're Jim and Lynn Schaefer. We're longtime Ovations members because Ovations does a lot more than just bring great wide-ranging programming to Portland each year.
Ovations contributes to our quality of life, supporting our diverse community with programs such as Seeking Resonance Series, and to our schools and young artists by making performers available for workshops.
We're particularly enthusiastic about the dance programs that are included in each year's program. We can't wait to see what is on tap for the coming year.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Amy.
So I just wanted to say to folks, I know we said tonight would be a tease, but it was not our intention to tease you by not having all of the sound work. We can't explain why something that ran previously just fine is now not running as fine. So I'm gonna chalk that up to the internet gremlins, and know that we will make sure that you have access to these videos very shortly, because you need to be able to see just a glimpse of it, just to get that energy and the sound of what we just experienced. So,
Yes. So a big shout out and thank you to Jim and Lynn Schaefer for their testimonial. Also to Jim and Thurl for theirs. It's nice to see members and have them with us and supporting us. And thank you so much.
and also I want to say thank you to our friends at Bixby Chocolates, because of them, we have been able to deliver many chocolates. I know last week Mary was very concerned when sending out the chocolates that they were all going to melt and everybody was going to get a pool of chocolate in their mailboxes. But I can attest that mine came perfectly in shape and really tasty, and I didn't get the golden ticket.
Yes, I did wait until we were out of the 90-degree weather to mail the chocolate on purpose, just so they wouldn't melt. But thank you. So thanks again to all our members who are with us tonight. Your membership support has been vital this past year. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you. For those tuning in who aren't members, we certainly welcome you to join our family as a member. And if you do that right now, you'll be able to purchase tickets this evening as a member. And otherwise, tickets will go on sale to the general public on June 28th.
And we welcome members at every level. This is really about being part of our family and being part of our family at whatever level is possible for you. So please join us. And the other thing I will just mention that is part of our new year that we're really excited to share with folks is that we have a new and expanded exchange program, so that people can, deal with life's unexpected occurrences and always be able to exchange your tickets for another performance within the Ovation season. So these are some of the different ways that we're thinking about in terms of returning to our new normal and making sure that we have access and opportunity for anybody who wants to be able to join us as members, as audience members, and in part of our O2 series as well.
And speaking of O2, I know a lot of our members support Ovations because of our offstage programming with our school time performance series, our master classes, our pre-performance lectures. They are valuable resources to the performances that you're watching and enjoying, and we sincerely appreciate the member support, which helps us bring that to you. So thank you.
And that was vital this last year. We had programs that schools were taking advantage of from all over the state through our virtual programming that ran all through the year. And what was actually really wonderful is that through the virtual programming, we could actually get to a much farther reach geographically, and educators were able to take advantage of the programs at a time that made sense for them. So we look forward to continuing in the new year as part of our new normal, that not only will we be welcoming students back to Merrill and to other venues, but we will also continue to find ways to bring programming to them digitally, as well as into their schools. And
Yes,
again, as Mary said, that is a big piece of what membership helps support.
Definitely. Again, thank you to our supporters. Talking about what's coming up next season, I have to say, as Casey and I were talking in our pre-lounge time, I too am very excited about seeing what Broadway might show us this season. So first, a shout out to the Carville family. You're about to see the Carville family for their testimonial, and then we might get a little glimpse of Broadway.
Just a little glimpse. And I will say it's a little glimpse with more to be announced, just like everything else we're talking about this evening. And I'll also add, before we roll into that clip, not only do we have more parts of the season to announce as part of our regular ticketed season, but we will also be announcing a series of free outdoor events in the fall to open the season. So this, again, is just a tease with so much more to come.
Excellent. So
should we roll it?
Let's roll it.
All right.
Hello, we're the Carvels, and we are Portland Ovation members. And we are so excited that live performance will be returning with Portland Ovation shows.
I am especially excited for live music. It's been a long time since I've seen any live performance, and I really am looking forward to some music.
My favorite one was Rainbow Fish, but I can't wait until a new one comes. I haven't seen any performances since the start of the pandemic. Me too.
Yeah, are you excited to see your first show?
No, my second.
Oh, your second show. Excellent.
I've seen like 10,000 more shows.
Excellent.
Now this is not my.
Well, we are so excited that Ovations will be returning live programming so that we can see some of our favorite shows like Blue Man Group, or Steve Martin and the Steve Canyon Rangers, or Alvin Ailey Dance Company, or whatever new performances that Portland Ovations brings. See you at the theater.
So thank you folks for joining us for our virtual sneak peek tonight. This was just a small tasting just to keep sharing with you what's coming this season. And there will be much more to come as we roll out the season in the coming weeks and months. And there will be more Broadway, more chamber music, more dance. You'll see a little bit of everything that you've expected from Ovations in the past and more. And if you're an Ovations member, feel free to stay in the Zoom room. We'll have a short opportunity to do a little question and answer any questions you may have. And please, we'll welcome you to join us at the box office. If you're interested in buying tickets, they will be available starting at 8 p.m. tonight, and then they'll be available starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you're a member, please stay on the line. If you are not a member, we welcome you to join us at any time. And we will be also picking our golden ticket winner from the Bixby Chocolates, and look forward to seeing you all very soon, live and in person. Thank you so much for coming this evening.